I'm here again to notify you, Mayor. Fort Worth's multi-million-dollar construction project that's going through Stop 6 on Rosedale has become an open excavation that's turned into a playground for our poor black little ashy children who can barely read, that only 33% can only read on their grade level, so they really can't read them signs, which there really aren't any signs that says do not play, that this is construction. And so it's just an open playground site. And I have the video here. I think I sent that to you, Ms. Bivens. I sent it to you, Chief Joel Fitzgerald. A 2-year-old baby, along with maybe a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, and maybe a 10-year-old playing at you guys' multi-million-dollar playground construction site that's just open to these poor people. There's no hard barriers to stop this, and I'm sure that this wouldn't go on in a predominantly white area. It's only being done to the poor black community, and it seemed that no one, Legal Aid and myself, have reached out to TxDOT, we have reached out to Weber Construction, we have reached out to the Transit Authority, we have reached out to TPW, and everyone seems to say that this is acceptable. Now, I saw the footage that you guys is building in Bunch Park, but I wonder, do you guys realize that our poor little old black kids don't have a swimming pool? While you guys are building a park, they don't have a water sprinkler system, they don't have a nice playground, everything is outdated, and so they tend to go towards the most unsafe place to play. And according to OSHA federal statistics, that in African American communities, sometimes construction debts is becoming on the rise because the poor people are stupid and dumb, and they politicians, the mamas can't read, the kids can't read, and it's evident in the school district test scores. The little dumb kids just go over there and they play and throw the rocks. Ask Ms. Bivens or Chief Joel Fitzgerald to show y'all what the little dumb kids have to play with, because it seems that y'all don't care that they dumb and playing and might lose a limb or a life, because no one has corrected the problem, and we have been pleading, and even Bud Kennedy has wrote about this in Star Telegram, and you guys do what I'm about to do. You turn your backs. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention, and I was going to the Supreme Court changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So I gave y'all what y'all want. Ignorant to talk like them rappers. Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention, checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We up as a race of people, since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases are teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck y'all talking about? These kids can't read, my nigga. So if we gonna be real, let's be real.
You shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up.
Lay you out so fast.
You're like 60 years old.
I will still lay you out.
You're like,
I'll
push you down the stairs and you fall off.
Oh. Come on. What's your problem? Come on.
Yo, I'll kick you. I will kick you. I will kick you, old lady.
Come on. I will punch you right in the face.
What is the problem? Call me an old lady, you fucking You know.
So, y'all can enjoy your win, but I'm telling you right now, a lot of you who voted for Trump, and you're rejoicing right now, there will be tears. And when the tears come shedding, you can't cry on our shoulders. And you can't come to say, I don't know how this happened. And all we gonna say is, we tried to tell you.
I paid $40,000 to get an LMIA job in Canada. That's a sponsor job in Canada. And I am about to get deported. Story time, guys. So this story is about a follower of mine. She sent me a message and she told me that she came to Canada in 2023 on visit visa. So when she came to Canada, a friend of hers hooked her up, who is already here, hooked her up with an agency in Canada to get an LMIA job, and she paid $40,000. So when she paid the $40,000, she actually got the job in a food service company. You get. So when she got that job, she's supposed to now use the job offer to now apply for her work permit. So when she applied for work permit, she was very happy because she was okay, now I already have a job in Canada, I would get my papers. So apparently after some months, IRCC sent her a procedural fairness letter. So if you don't know what a procedural fairness letter is when they have signs of misrepresentation or some things. So in a procedural fairness letter, they wrote that they have reasons to believe that she solicited for the job, that she did not get the job on merit. You get. And based on that, if she's found out that if she cannot disprove the claims that they have and the evidence that they have, that she's going to be denied and banned for 5 years. So that's what they sent to her. So she now hired a lawyer. The lawyer tried to write and maneuver, but at the end of the day, she got a refusal and she was banned for 5 years, and she was asked to leave Canada. So now she's like, I've been here. I didn't leave immediately, so she's now undocumented, illegal and all, and she's now trying to ask me, what should she do? Sorry, there's nothing you can do, because first of all, people need to understand that you do not pay to get a job. LMI, Labor Market Impact Assessment, is for companies to hire people from out of the country to come into Canada and work in areas where Canadians or residents cannot do the job. You get what I'm saying? So if a company is soliciting and collecting money from you to give you a job, it is, if the Canadian government knows, it is fraudulent. You are trying to cheat the system. So you, the person that paid the money, and the company that collected money from you, are both going to be fined by IRCC. You get. Because the way they do LMI is that, one, the company has to prove that they've tried to hire Canadians or residents. And how do they prove that? They send job adverts and all those things and say, okay, nobody applied for the job before we now give it to somebody. Paying for a job is illegal. You get. So there's no coming out of it. I don't know if you guys have any other advice for this poster, but paying for a job is illegal. Any job that you have to pay for, if IRCC knows about it, they will ban you for 5 years and you will not be able to come to Canada. So this also goes out to all those people that on my page sending me messages that they were chatting with me and it's not me, that they went to pay money. If you come into my DMs with proof that you paid money to somebody you thought is me, first of all, I will report you to IRCC because you are soliciting for a job and it is wrong. Now, back to this poster. This poster says she paid $1,500 for a work permit. You do not pay for work permit. Work permit is if you have a job in Canada. And if you have a job in Canada, the company will pay for you, everything for you, from your flight ticket to your accommodation and everything. You do not pay for a job in Canada. So what this poster is doing is soliciting for a job, which is a crime by IRCC and which is actually punishable by law. You get. So guys, do not pay for any job. Any job where they're asking you to pay for a job, pay for work permit. It's all fraudulent. So you, the person that is soliciting for that job, can be banned. That means they will put you on a red alert list and you will not be able to enter the country ever again. So let's be very careful, guys. Don't come into my DM and tell me you paid somebody 50,000 or you paid somebody 100,000 for a job. I have never once in my life told you to pay money for a job. All the jobs posted on this platform are completely free. Do it by yourself. Anybody asking you for money is not me and can never be me.
New class action filed against Keurig Dr. Pepper for all those ginger ales sold under Schweppes and Canada Dry, including but not limited to plain, diet, raspberry, grape, black cherry, lemonade, cranberry. The lawsuit alleges false advertising, negligent misrepresentation, and all sorts of fraud claims. So when a product is artificially flavored, there are both state and federal laws that require the packaging to say artificial flavors. Not only do these drinks not have that label, but many of these have actually had the label natural. But the problem alleged by the lawsuit is that these products contain malic acid. Now there's both a natural and a synthetic version of malic acid, but the lawsuit claims that these drinks use the synthetic version because it's cheaper, and also a petrochemical made from benzene or butane in petrochemical factories, so obviously artificial. The lawsuit alleges they very obviously knew what they were doing, and so thus willfully mislabeled the drinks, thus is asking for damages, meaning payment for anyone nationwide who has bought these ginger ales. You know, I'll keep you updated on any settlement.
This is a call to action. United States of America. You guys are up. We are sick and tired, and enough is enough. October the 4th, this is Tremaine White. He's a father, a truck driver. He went to a local tire shop down in Liberty, Mississippi, where he got his tires changed, paid for them, and left a tip. From looking, this is the tire shop at the area that he was in, down there in Liberty, Mississippi on Main Street. Tremaine proceeded to go have lunch at a local diner. However, the tire shop owner, the place I just showed you, they called the police claiming that Tremaine had poured something white on the grass, which was later confirmed to be a white paper towel. But yet, they called the police, and they knew what was going to happen. Now, without cause, no questioning, no explanation, anything, the police approached Mr. White, and they violently arrested him at the Moose store. This is where they began beating on him and tasing him. Then they handcuffed and shackled him, then took him to the local jail. There are plenty of cameras out here, plenty. All right, so we need those cameras. We need to see the footage off of every single bit of that. Now, the good people over there at the Moose store ended up contacting Tremaine's mother. Yes. She went down to the jail, saw her son, and he looked horrible. He looked horrible, the way they put their hands on him, and he looked tired. And he told her, quote, "They're going to unalive me, mama." Now, his mother tried several times to find out what his charges were, and there were none. I even went and looked up to see what charges were on him. He's not even in the system. Later that night, Tremaine was unalived. He was unalived over at this sheriff's jail, Amite County. He has a lot of questions that need to be answered ASAP. Tremaine had no prior arrest. He's never been in trouble. He was a provider for his daughter. And we demand that the DOJ and the FBI step in. They need to step in and arrest the sheriff and the deputies who unalived Mr. Tremaine. And they also need to arrest that tire store owner who made that fake police call. They need to arrest that person. Like I said, I'm not for sure if that was the Freeman's Tire and Accessory Shop, because that's the only one that I saw on Main Street. And the really sad thing about it is, you can't even find this story on no news station. You can't find any newspaper articles.
You're looking at Charleston White before the fame, or maybe somewhere at the beginning. And he's always kept the same energy. And you see him using that same caricature in order to get the attention that is needed so that he can deliver and so that people will hear the information that he is trying to give. He is 100% right and factual when he states that Black people don't want to listen to intelligent people. Some Black people will get mad. They'll sit up there and say, "Oh, you can't say all Black people. We're not all a monolith," and yada, yada. In general, let's just look at the whole shebang. If Black people did actually listen to intelligent, educated Black people, we would actually be a lot better off. And I'm talking about people who are about helping us mentally, right? Therapy. People who are trying to educate us financially. And then along with that application of that knowledge, then lead us into the proper avenues of which we can apply said knowledge. And again, there's many more individuals out there as well. The thing that I'm stating is that he said he had to create this caricature in order to get the attention. He had to sound just like the hood dudes. He had to talk as ignorant as possible just so that Black people would actually entertain and listen. And he did that. And Black people proved him 100% correct. Because the only reason why anybody knows who Charleston White is because of the caricature, because of the quote unquote ignorance of which he speaks, because of how it is that he conducts himself in a lot of these interviews. If he stayed as educated and talked as eloquent as possible, stayed with a bow tie and a nice shirt, no black person out here would know who this man is. People in other communities would know who he is, but people in the black community would not know and speak on Charleston White. They wouldn't want to debate or talk against any narratives or any of the things that he has stated. Nobody black or owns a black Twitter or IG or YouTube would even be posting any of the things that he has stated. It is all because of that caricature. And again, he is 100% right in everything he stated, whether you like it or not. The funny thing about these videos is the fact that you'll still have women out here stating that men are the problem. Men are the reason for all of these. This is why we choose the bear. But look at what men have to go through and deal with and suffer through. You have men that are ordinary guys working 9 to 5s, 2 or 3 jobs, putting themselves through school. They're trying to figure some things out, right? Maybe they use the gym in order to get their minds right. And they have to put up with the fact that women are setting up cameras in order to try to get a show or a glance of, oh, look at these men objectifying us as we're just trying to be women and we're just trying to work out. We're just trying to do this. We're just trying to exist. And this is how men want to treat us and how men want to look at us. Look at this. They're all creeps. But yet, look at what she's wearing. So you mean to tell me that you walked out the house deciding that you wanted to put that on, barely anything at all, and then you wanted to go to a gym full of testosterone all over the place, and for whatever reason, you thought that men were not going to just take a gander, take a look, and then you're going to try to frame this as if you're just a sheep in a wolf's den? That's crazy to me. I want everybody to realize that none of these videos would ever exist if there were 100% all women's gyms. Think about that for a second. Do you really think that women would even post or make these videos? Nope, because they wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't even happen. And this is primarily why I've stated before that a lot of women do things like this in order to get and gain attention. In order for a lot of women who have nothing else to offer this planet, in order for them to make even a little bit more money, they have to somehow, some way frame men as being the villain so that they can profit off of quote unquote being the innocent party in the whole situation, even though they are the causation of everything that they're complaining about. Okay, so the woman that you see directly in front of you, long story short, let me just try to sum it up as quick as possible. So she went on a podcast by the name of Fresh and Fit, by the name of somebody named Myron Gaines. And if you happen to look it up, you can see what Fresh and Fit does. I might have covered their stuff here and there, but I'm pretty sure everybody else did. So she went there, had a conversation, a part of a group. Something went awry. She got called directly out of her name, yada, 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 all this other type of stuff. Fight breaks out between her and the other people there. People online went up there and they were like, oh, this is why we need to defend black women, yada, 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 all this other type of stuff. I let it bake. I let it cook just to see what was going to happen. Because every single time something happens where the face looks black and it's supposedly a black woman, there's always some tweets that come out. So this is what was stated by her. I really hate black people. This is why most of my friends are white and I'm going to marry a white man. I'm the female Uncle Ruckus. Next, she stated, when black men be like, you black, I'm going to start saying black men. I'm not even half black. And then later on, given her post, this is where the picture came from, she said, this was moments before the BS. The hate some black men have for natural black women is ridiculous. I'm truly one of one. Now, I'm a little bit confused here. Now, again, I would really love for the people who always disagree with me all the time and it's like, you hate black women and yada, yada, yada. Explain this to me. Explain this to me. I'm the person that a lot of people like to say that I hate black women. Explain this to me. This is supposedly a black woman that says that she's not even really black. She's not even half black. She stated that she dislikes black people so much that this is why the majority of her friends are white and why she's going to date and marry a white man. Explain to me how I'm problematic. Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is why I don't go out on a limb anymore and defend people who state or who look quote unquote black. Because I'm not really sure. I need them to actually come out and say this a variety of ways, this being one of them. And this let me know exactly who it is that she is. And, you know, again, to the people that want to defend her online, hey, that's directly on you. Again, I can't defend anything like this. I can't. This is nonsensical. This is ridiculous. And at the end of the day, she's talking about Myron Gaines is a black man. He is not. He is not from here. He is not black American. And again, this is somebody who appears to be a black woman who is trying to use the image to appear to be a black woman and trying to state that a black man, quote unquote, hates black women. Like I said, this is the same narrative that is being spun. We just got done with the Democratic Party trying to do this to black men. So now after that's done, now we got an op out here trying to rekindle the exact same flame from an old story. Just start off by saying this. There are a lot of men out there that will decide who it is that they want to impregnate either randomly or on purpose, however it basically works. And yes, they deserve every single thing that comes directly with it. I'm not giving any type of excuses for guys being stupid. I'm not. But this is what I don't like. I don't like stuff like this, where you have this woman here. You can obviously tell that she's pregnant, but then she's doing the thirst trap, saying that she's not doing the thirst trap. She was like, hey, why would I need to thirst trap? And I got a whole family at home, a man who will do what he has to for his family, and a father who spoiled me since a kid, but y'all got it, go off. So she wants to make it seem like she's not out here looking for attention. She's not putting herself directly out there in order to gain a male's gaze. Why? Fine, you want to show off the baby bump, no problem. But why are you showing off your backside? What does that have to do with the pregnancy? What is empowering or uplifting? What about that speaks positively about you being a mother, being a wife, being a good woman? It doesn't. Again, this was all attention seeking, but she's trying to flip the narrative as if that's not what it is. We all know what this is. I, as a man, I know exactly what this is. But again, for a lot of the guys out there, when you decide to get women like this pregnant, this is on you. This is 100% on you. You're helping her bring a child into the world that has to deal with a mother like this. At the end of the day, there are tons. She's just one example. There's many other examples directly out there that I've showcased directly on this channel. She is not one of one. She is one of many. She is just the example for the ending of today's video. But like I said before, this is 100% ridiculous. I need a lot of guys out here to tighten up, and I need a lot of women out here to stop doing stuff like this. You want men at the end of the day to respect you. You want men to look at you and be like, hey, she'll be a great mother. She'll be a great emotional support. She'll be a woman I can depend on. She'll be a great wife. But yet you're online doing stuff like this. You're not trying to look cute for your guy. You're trying to look cute for other men directly out there that you find as potential suitors, or maybe somebody out there that you're not exactly over, or maybe a guy out there that's giving you a little bit too much attention, even though there's 8 billion people directly on this planet. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.